Hey everyone, it's Blue Blade Studios and welcome to episode 24 of Blue Blade's Christmas Cinema. It's Christmas Eve, and for today's episode we're going to talk about How the Grinch Stole Christmas from 1966. Now, one of my family's traditions is to watch this film every day on Christmas Eve. I could watch this so many times and never get tired of it. I absolutely love this film. And when it came down to which version of the Grinch I wanted to do for this series, I was going to choose this one no matter what, because I'm not a fan of either of the remakes. While I acknowledge that Jim Carrey's performance is really good in the 2000 live-action one, I just think that film is very overrated, and honestly, I really don't like it. And the 2018 one by Illumination that was computer animated, with Benedict Cumberbatch as the voice of the Grinch, is also one that I'm not a fan of either. But with that being said, let's talk about the original, and let's talk about its story. Every Who down in Whoville likes Christmas a lot, but the Grinch who lived just north of Whoville did not. Don't worry, I'm not going to do rhymes. The Grinch then thinks about all the things about Christmas that he absolutely hates, from all the Who's playing with their very weird toys, to them having a giant feast, and especially when they go in the center of the town, hold hands, and start singing. He hates it all, and after 50 years of putting up with this, he finally decides he's going to put an end to all this Christmas stuff. And then he gets this wonderfully awful idea where he decides to make a Santa Claus costume, he dresses Max up as a reindeer, and at night they go into Whoville and steal everything Christmas related from the entire town. And during this whole montage of the Grinch taking stuff, he's spotted by a little girl named Cindy Lou. She wonders why he's taking the tree, and the Grinch thinks of a lie to fool her. And after getting away from her and taking everything in Whoville, he goes to the top of a mountain, where the Grinch decides to put a hand to his ear and listen to the Who's cry about Christmas being gone. But to his surprise, the Grinch doesn't hear any cries. He hears a noise, but it's the Who's singing as they hold hands in the town center, completely unbroken by what the Grinch has done. The Grinch is frustrated by this, and then he suddenly realizes that Christmas doesn't come from a store, and that maybe Christmas means just a little bit more. As the Grinch starts to change, the sled is about to tumble over the mountain. He and Max try to pull it up, but at that moment the Grinch's heart grows 3 times bigger and he's able to lift the sleigh up. He and Max ride into Whoville, they give all the presents back, and the Grinch joins them for a feast. There's tons of things I love about the original Grinch. For one, I like the narration, which is done by none other than Frankenstein's monster himself, Boris Karloff. Boris Karloff does a great performance in this film, and whenever I read the book, I always picture his voice for the Grinch. Another thing I love is the animation in this film. I don't think this film had the biggest budget, but for 1966, the 2D animation still looks really good to this day. I love how colorful and vibrant this animation is. This literally just screams Dr. Seuss's art style. The music in this is also really good too. I like the orchestra, I like the songs that the Who sing, and of course, the Grinch's theme song is in this, and it's absolutely amazing. And unlike all the remakes which have tons of characters to think about, this one only has 3. Cindy Lou is very cute in this, and I like her interaction with the Grinch. Max the dog is pretty funny in this movie as well, and I like the scene when they're on the sleigh ride towards Whoville and how Max is acting. And of course, the Grinch himself is just an amazing character. I just love how miserable and devious he is in the beginning, and his expressions are absolutely amazing. My personal favorite expression is the face he makes when he gets the wonderful, awful idea. And I love the Grinch's character progression in this, where he goes from absolutely hating Christmas to his heart growing 3 times bigger, and just coming to love it. The animation on the Grinch is also really funny. I like how he moves, and I especially love just how he's got all these teeth just stacked on top of each other. And one little detail that they do after his heart grows bigger and he realizes what Christmas is all about is they change his eye colors. They go from yellow with red dots to white with blue dots. He is honestly, to me, the best part of this film, and I honestly love him in this version more than the other ones. Again, don't like the remakes. Now, I'm sure many of you know that The Grinch is based on a book by Dr. Seuss from the 1950s, but there's one scene in this version of The Grinch that is not in this version of The Grinch. And that's the scene where the sled is about to go over the mountain. Personally, I'm glad that scene was added in because it's one of my favorite scenes from the animation. Now, one interesting story about the behind the scenes of this version of The Grinch is that when they were making this, Chuck Jones, the director, called Dr. Seuss and asked him, "What color is the Grinch?" And Dr. Seuss said he didn't know. And that's because the original version of the book was in black and white. As you can see right here, the Grinch is black and white with only red in his eyes. So, they decided to use green as his color for three specific reasons. One, green is a Christmas color. Two, because it would look weird on a fuzzy monster. And three, which I'm not sure this part is true or not, but apparently every bad car that Dr. Seuss had was a green car. So, that's interesting. And another interesting thing is that when the Grinch is stealing some toys, he comes across these wind-up toys, which he winds up and they walk into the bag. If you look closely at these toys, you'll recognize that they're other characters from Dr. Seuss books. Now, my overall opinion on this version of the Grinch is just nothing but positivity. If I was to do the remakes, I would just say a lot of negative things, so that's why I wanted to do this one, because this one is just a classic for me. I love the animation, love the narration, love everything about the Grinch, just, it's such a classic, and I recommend everyone watch it because it's amazing. But my guess is that you've already watched it, so good on you. And yeah, that was episode 24 of Blue Blade's Christmas Cinema. We only got one episode left, so stay tuned for that. But until then, this is Blue Blade Studios, signing off.